Okay, so that's the sample, and this is how I've chopped it up. So I'm going to see what I can do with that. Let's just tidy this up a little bit. So I'm going to zoom in to each one of these chops. So just to give you a quick update then, so basically I've just chopped that into 32 segments, and I literally just played each pad. So I mean, I can show you what I've done. So if I delete all these, start from scratch, if I zoom in, I can get rid of this. So I'm going to discard that. Okay. Oops. Zoom back out. Just make sure it's starting from the start point. Okay, I usually also just normalize the sample as well, just to make sure it's full and round. And then from there I'm going to go to chop, and I'm going to keep it on manual chop, because what I want to do is chop it manually, obviously. So here we go. You'll see as I hit the pads, it's going to place a chop in that sample. So let's go. So there you go, it's chopped it up automatically, and as I've chopped it, it's placed it on a pad. So it's placed each chop on a pad. So what I'm going to do now is zoom in and just tidy it up a little bit. When I'm chopping it up and zooming in on it like this, tidying it up, this is where I kind of get a feel of how I'm going to lay it out. So this is kind of the laborious stage, but it's got to get done. And some days what I'll do is I'll find a sample, chop it up, lay it out on the pads, and come back to it another day. So I literally spend my time just finding samples, chopping samples, laying them out and moving on, and then I'll come back to it another day. Okay, that's fine. Yep, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to new program. I'm going to drop it on a new program, and that should be here waiting for me. There it is. Drop that over here. Yep, so that's ready to go. Just quickly, I'm going to So I hope you can hear me well. I hope everything's working. I kind of just jumped straight into it. I also want to see. Try and lay a little pattern down. Okay, I'm going to put that down. So if you're watching this live, just post me a comment and let me know you can hear everything okay, because I'm not sure in terms of monitoring this. I can't really monitor it, so let me know that you can hear everything. What I'm going to do is put some effects on this before I get into it. So let's put these are kind of my go-to effects. Put a little chorus on there just to beef it up a little bit. Okay, I'm also going to put a delay on there. Let's just delay that slightly. Give it a bit of a tail. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to tighten that sample up in a bit. You hear how it's spitting at the end? It's because of that. But I don't. Okay, so with this, I'll just explain this. At the moment, it's set up that the links, the slices are linked together. So if I move the start of this sample to that point, it also moves the end of that sample. So what you can do is you can turn that off so it's not linked. So if I turn this off, I can move the end of that one, sorry, the start of that one, and it doesn't affect the end of that one. So here it's got rid of the spit. So I'm looking at about 8 bars. And let's just roll it out. time correction. Let's just neaten it up manually. So what I usually do is hit time correction and selected. So I've selected all of them, and I'll just press do it, and I'll tidy up some of them, but because there's a bit of a skip in there, it hasn't quite done it. Alright, let me try it again. I'm going to delete that. I'm going to change the time correction to 32. And I'm going to speed up the tempo a little bit as well. Give it one second try. Better. There's one there slightly off. This is one thing I like about the software, is the visual side of it. I like the fact that I can literally see which notes are slightly off. So I can just go through this and literally see, okay, some of these, like that one's going to be slightly off. Let's hear. See, that one's slightly off. Let's go back. Slightly off. That one there, slightly off. And that one pros as well. Put all those on the notes. I've got a feeling there should be off notes because it's. We'll see. Okay, yeah. So I'm going to name that main sample. Skip there sounds slightly off. Sometimes as well it sounds off, but it's actually on the notes, but it's the samples, not tight. So you can see there's a bit of a lead in that sample before the kick actually hits. So the kick hits here. So what I'm going to do is zoom in a bit more. So once you've laid it out, you can just go in and tidy it up. Okay. Let's go in a bit more on that one. See what I'm saying? So I'm actually you're locked in live, I'm just doing a live sampling session. I just found a sample, dropped it into the MPC, chopped it up, and I'm just laying something out. So I hope you enjoy it. I think the comments in the live chat is functioning, so feel free to drop any comments, and I'll try and respond. I'm trying to monitor it over here on my iPad, but I'm not sure if it shows a live chat. So if you are watching, just shoot me a comment, even if you just say hi, or let me know that you're watching. So I want to make sure the comments are working. I'd like it to be interactive. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to find some hi-hats. So new track, and I'm going to create a new program. I'm going to call that program drums, and I'm going to go to the sound library, and I'm going to just find a hi-hat. Now when I'm in creative mode, I'll just be honest with you, I'm not really that fussy about the sounds. So as long as I can find a hat that works, I'll just use it, because I want to get the sequence down. I don't want to mess about with trying to find the perfect sound. I'd rather just get the sequence down, and once it's down and it's done, you've got forever to find the perfect sound. It might even be a case of after you've recorded the vocals and you come into mixing stage, you might change the sounds then. So don't get caught up trying to find a perfect sound. So I'm going to use this hi-hat here. I'm going to drop it over there, and I'm actually going to do 4 different variations of it. So I've dropped it on that pad there. I'm going to drop the same hat on that pad there, same on that pad there, and the same on that pad there. And then what I'm going to do is go into the program. Actually no, I'm going to go to sample edit, and I'm going to tighten this up slightly. I'm going to get rid of that tail. So I've just got rid of the tail off the hat. I'm going to discard that, go back to my program edit mode, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to have 2 loudish ones, slightly different. I'm going to pan them left to right very slightly. So I've got one slightly lower than the other. I've got the other one slightly to the left, the other one slightly to the right. And I'm going to do the same with these other 2, but I'm going to turn them right down. And I'm also going to change the decay so they're really short. Okay, so I mean really these hats that I'm going to lay down, I kind of class them as guide hats. So I might change them as the sequence goes on, I might change them, but I'm just going to put these down to kind of guide the rest of the track. So let's go. That was a bad start, wasn't it? Let's undo that. Let me put it on 8, and then let's go. Now what I'm going to do, use my lower ones, and I'm going to fill in those gaps. Just to give it a bit of flavour. Alright, so let's record that. So I'm going to use overdub this time. The mistake people make, or have made, and I've made in the past, is I'm going to record on the same track. Don't press record, press overdub. But I'm sure you know that already. rather than recording it, I could do it the lazy way, which is using a keyboard, select all, copy it to the track above. So this is like a mix of live, kind of live sequencing and step sequencing in one sense. So I'm going to move that up there to there, and I'm going to move it there. To the sample sequence without the hats, I can hear that I'm probably going to change these hats later on in the track, but I just want to put them down as a straight kind of a 4/4 pattern, just so I've got something as a guide. Sometimes a click's not enough. Okay, so let's get a snare going. So I've laid out 4 different rim shots there, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to layer them. I'm going to cut that one short slightly. Okay, discard that. See, with a lot of my sounds, I like to get rid of the tail because I'd prefer to manage that myself later on, rather than the sample dictating the tail of the sound. So I usually go in there and just trim it down slightly. If I want a tail on it, I'd rather put a reverb on it later on. See with that one as well, there's quite a long tail on it. I want to get rid of that. Again, if I want the tail on it, I'd rather add the reverb later on. So I'm also going to use a decay here. That one's fine, that one's short enough. Probably going to get rid of that one. I've got 5 already. Let me have a look. Yeah, I've got that one. Okay, so let's use some simultaneous play. So I want it to play 6, 7, and 8. And then I'm going to just put something simple down. Yeah. Change the time correction. Let's see if I can do it auto. Probably not. Yeah, don't you hate it when that happens? Okay, let's delete that. Now all these ones are off. So let's see if I can just quickly nudge them into position. Let's drop that to 64. Let's see how off it is. Yeah, let's do it again. Just get rid of it. Again, the same with the snare. I'm not really that fussy about the kick that I use at this stage, because you can tighten that up later on. What I usually do is I'll use just a straight kick, an 808, and I'm going to cut the tail off this 808. Again, trim it down. Go to my program. I want to put a filter on this. And on this one as well. I'm going to use simultaneous play again. So again, what I'm doing there, I'm shortening the tail of the kick. I don't want it to last so long. There's a snare missing in there. Where is it missing? Snare missing there. Let's move that one over. seen a comment. Sorry, I missed this. I'm struggling to monitor these comments on here. They're not coming up live for some reason. But I just seen a comment from, is it Masada Trent? So they've asked, what do you think about the news about the Akai MPC leaks? You know what? I'm not really that interested, to be honest. I've seen a few posts about it, and I was just like, you know what? When it comes out, it comes out. What's the big deal? So yeah, I ain't really been following it and watching it like that. But yeah, I know there's been some drama. People saying it's fake and it's not real and whatever. But yeah. When it comes out, it will come out. I appreciate the comments. Alright, let's keep it moving. How's it going, blessed girl? Thank you for joining. It's great to have you on here. I trust you well. Forgive me if I'm not seeing the comments immediately. I'm having to flick through windows and browsers to identify or to see the comments. But yeah, thanks for coming on, man. I appreciate it. I trust you had a good Thanksgiving, and I trust you've been digging. I'm looking forward to seeing some more videos from you, so get posting. not sure how to drop these hats, whether to just do a straight hat run like this. No, that's just not working. I'm going to get rid of that. Try that. What's my time correction on? Let's drop it on 16. Okay, let's try this. It might be off slightly. So we've been rolling for about 48 minutes, and this, in terms of the idea is more or less there. So I will just take my time and build this out now. So obviously I need to add a bass line in there, some percussion, etc. But if I was in that real creative mode, what I'd probably just do is save this and move on, because I can hear exactly how this track's going to go. And that's it, sometimes we get so caught up trying to perfect the track we're working on that we stifle our creative process. So, you know, for me, I'm kind of like, you know, get the idea down, get it sorted, move on. So what I'm going to do with this, I'm going to go to sequence edit, I'm going to copy this sequence and I'm going to drop it on another track. Let's get this. Thank you. So I'm going to go to the main sample and I'm going to drag it. I'm going to drag it up. If I grab this and I want it to start on B1, so I'm just going to drag it up to B1. So basically what I'm doing is moving the whole sequence to another pad bank. So let's hear this. this is a new one. Let's drop a little bass line. So again, I'm going to create a new program, call this program bass. I'm going to grab this kick that I used earlier. And I'm going to zoom in. Extract that. I'm going to call it sub, and I'm going to put that back to how it was because I'm using this on a different track. Now I'm going to grab my sub, drop it on my pad here, go to my program and fix it up. So I want to loop it, I want that on pad, and I want it on note on, and I want to filter that down. Now, what I will say with this, I'm trying to tune the bass to the sample, but I'm using headphones and it doesn't always tune correctly. So what I'll find is I'll tune it in my headphones, and then later on when I listen back to it, it's not tuned perfectly. So if it does sound a bit offish in your ears, that's why. I'm just going to put down a basic pattern and then I'll do the fills later. Okay, so we just passed the hour mark. I'm going to call this video a day. You get the idea. You've seen the process. Hopefully you found it useful. Hopefully you've been able to find something that you can take away and put into practice in your production process. So I'm going to save this and I'll probably continue to work on it tomorrow. So until then, I'll see you again in another video. All the best, God bless, and take care.